And we are going. What's going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to you real, raw, and rugged. And I got to my another line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who do we have here today?
Phase on love.
That's insane. That's crazy. You know, it's funny.
I'm just kidding. It's Chuck Strangers. What up, man?
I got like I got like an ongoing thing on here where like every time somebody looks like somebody that I'm interviewing, I'm like, I gotta let this person know, or just I'll be a fake nigga.
Oh, like,
I never put that together, but that's how often do you get phase on love?
oh, bro, all the time.
That's have you taken that and embraced it, or are you still like
No,
nigga?
I'm not mad at it. I
Okay,
fuck with Phase on love
okay,
heavily.
okay. Are you bald too?
Huh?
Are you bald too?
No. I'm not bald. I got hair and
Got you,
shit.
got you, got you, got you,
I
got you,
got
got you,
hair. Thank
got you, got
God.
you, got you,
Like
got you.
whatever. We getting older, so you got to cherish like that. These kind of things.
That's a fact. You do have to cherish the hairline. The hairline is a very interesting thing because it's a lot of niggas that are younger than me who hairline is already out the door.
Bro, yo, so all right. Have you seen this conversation that's been going on online that like Gen Z looks old?
Yes, and I don't buy that.
I don't agree with that either.
I want to hear why you don't buy it first, and I'll tell you why I don't buy it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think that they are taking a couple of niggas who look old, and that shit happens in every generation. They get like, some niggas just gonna look old. That's just how it is. Shit. But it's like, for the most part, when I see younger people, they tend to look young. I don't know, they look younger and shit like that.
I agree. I feel like my 2 points is one. I'm assuming you seen the video with the light skinned nigga that was like that because it came from like a
Yes,
TikTok.
yes, yes.
That
He looked
nigga,
like you could have been somebody's fucking.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. That nigga don't even look old. That nigga just had a damn. He had a civil rights haircut. That's all. His
That's all
haircut
it
was messed up.
really was.
Let that
He
nigga
didn't
get
really
like a
look that old.
bruh. Let that nigga get like a low cut and go to the barber shop. He's going to look his age. Like that's all that was.
That's actually
That's all that was. The nigga had a Martin Luther King haircut. That's all that was. It's
and
all
he
that
was like
was.
talking in that way, sort of too. Like,
Exactly. It's like he was playing it up. That's all that nigga
he
was
was
doing.
playing it up. I felt like he was playing it up.
Exactly. My main thing is, bro, I'm a sports fan. And
Right.
me and my homeboy Rari, we talk about this all the time. We look at niggas from like the 80s and the 90s basketball and football. Bro,
Yeah.
those niggas look old as hell, bro.
Already.
Oh, look,
Like,
think about Michael Jordan, bro. Michael Jordan damn near look the same now than he did when he was in the league, bro.
you gotta be weak. Bro lost his hair hella early, too.
Bro, think
He was
about
like still in his 20s.
bro, you a New York nigga, bro. Just think about Patrick Ewing. Think about how that nigga looked when he played basketball, bro. That nigga looked like
I
in
know.
his 40s when he was 20, bro. So I think honestly, the generation before us looked much older at a younger age than the young niggas do now. Because if you look at the young niggas in basketball now, they all look like kids. Them niggas did
But
not look like that in
they
the
do look
90s.
like kids, right? But here's the thing. I think that that generation had to deal with a lot earlier than we did. Nigga, these niggas was, they from a different version of the simulation.
You know, a different thing is that a lot of them was hood niggas in playing in the NBA.
Oh,
Now,
100%.
now a lot of these NBA niggas, they're like come from great parents, you know what I'm saying, nice
Yes,
houses or
yes.
whatever. And I've always had the theory that hood niggas age faster than a normal human.
Of course, because you got different stresses and all kinds of shit on you, nigga. Like,
Exactly, bruh.
aging you up.
Exactly. So if you look at the niggas now, it's like if you look at any hood nigga could be goddamn anywhere from 19 to 32. And you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So
These are facts. These are big facts.
So I'm all the way with you that I do not think Gen Z is aging older than everybody else because
I
really
don't think so.
niggas look because I mean like you said I guess overall Gen Z probably has it easier than a nigga than a nigga like grew up in like 70s crack era or 80s crack era
Oh,
did.
of
So
course. Oh, of course. They even have it easier than how we grew up, bro.
because how old are
Are you
you?
kidding me?
How old are
I
you?
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Like Gen Z, they have so much like I remember being a little kid and the phone would ring and you would have no idea who the fuck it was.
Yeah. What year you was born in?
1992.
See, I'm a little younger than you. I'm 98.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So I'm 98. So I'm
You
around.
like in the middle.
I don't even know when does Gen Z start?
I think it's like 97. Is it 97?
I think it's like 96, if I'm not
It's
mistaken.
96.
Let me see.
It's
Let me
as
see.
early as 96. That's
When
crazy.
does Gen Z start? Gen Z starts 97, 97, 97,
97, right?
97, 97. So yeah, I'm kind of just on the cusp, I guess, of that. So yeah, nigga, I am all the way in agreement with you. And it's funny because I feel like it's so funny cuz like finding out about like pro era, I'm
Yeah.
probably like how old was I? When did 1999 drop?
That's 2012.
2012. So I'm like 13 when that dropped, right? Which
That's
is that's
insane.
crazy, right?
That's insane.
What was there anybody around my age in pro era?
13? Nah. But I mean, nah. Like, but Joey was like 17,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, at that time.
So I'm
And it's funny how when you're 17, you think like a 13-year-old is like way younger than you, but it's like, nah, really? 4 years, like less than a high school like sequence, you were that nigga's age. So,
exactly, and I remember listening as a kid, and I grew up in the South. So it's like when I was a small kid, it's not like I was listening to a bunch of New York hip hop or anything like
right, of
that.
course, of
So when
course.
I got older, I started venturing off. So it's funny because this actually correlates directly to a tweet of yours that I want to bring up that I found
Oh,
so interesting. And let me because it actually goes to a conversation I had with my mother. So a couple days ago, my mom, I was showing her a bunch of like pro era stuff,
no
and
way.
I was like just showing her because she was like why nobody from New York don't sound like they from New York no more. She was like
Oh, right,
she
right,
was like
right.
they all sound like they from somewhere else. And I was
Right,
like
right, right.
I was like, well, let me show you something and tell me if I'm wrong or not. 'Cause that's where I say this directly correlates to your tweet. But I was telling
Right.
her, I was like, let me show you pro era stuff. So I showed her like a bunch of that old stuff, and I was like, if from my understanding, the internet supported them more than their city did. I could be wrong, but that was my
That's
perception.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
And that goes to my tweet that you retweeted. Actually, it wasn't one of your tweets. It was from Lev ARMCD. You said or he said
Oh, LeVar.
Lavar. He said
Shout
New.
out to Dick by Air.
What's it? What is it?
Dick by Air. Nah, LeVar is a legendary nigga. LeVar is like he's a New York staple.
What is a dick? What's going on with the? Why are the dicks in the air?
He used to be called that. Dick
Okay,
by Air. He used
okay,
to go by that.
okay.
But
So
like and he goes by his government name now, I think, LeVar. So
you know, it's funny. I can't even joke and be like dicks by air because nigga, my Instagram name is you ain't packing meat, so I can't even. I can't
right,
even.
right,
I can't even say nothing.
by Air.
But he tweeted, New York loves empowering people who not from here. And I feel
Oh yeah,
like
they do.
that's what I was telling my mom. We're obviously from Jacksonville, so I don't know, but I was like, watching it, it felt like New York didn't support them as much as the internet did. And I just kind of wanted your take on that.
They really didn't. That's true as fuck. Like, it felt like when that shit was happening, like, I'm only speaking for myself, obviously. It felt like everybody was like, or at least niggas in the city and around was like, yeah, some people who were like diehard, like, yeah, we fuck with this dude, but like, you know, there was a lot of niggas who were like, oh, what? I don't know that. I don't care about that. Or like, who niggas on some old school, whatever. Like, you know, they weren't really jacking it. So, and that never bothered me. I never give a fuck about that. But yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. It wasn't like we would put the shit out and then it was like, I don't know how I'm imagining ASAP Rocky felt or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's funny because like 2012 is that around ASAP Rocky when he's first coming out?
Rocky dropped like 2011, 2010, some shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. So is New York around that time? What's not even specific artists, but what sound do you think New York was trying to push that time? Were they trying to push a more down south type of sound or?
So here's the thing: we was really kind of lost. We didn't before Rocky. we didn't really have a young star like a or anyone in position to dictate anything. Um, and then Rocky came out, and I fucked with Rocky because he was like kind of blending shit. Like he had the southern shit, but then he had like certain joints that was like kind of New York, but then he was like it was samples and everything. So I kind of liked it, and then his shit was just cool. So I think that we were in a generation because if you think about it, um uh we didn't like all the popular music that people tend to think of like New York, right? Like oh Nas or
Yeah.
like Tribe Called Quest or whatever the fuck you want to talk about, right? There wasn't a lot of exposure to that kind of stuff during these times. So if you weren't like me, where you were gonna go to like find like old record stores or place that sold CDs and stuff like that, and just kind of like try to keep up or download the albums and stuff, you really might not know. Like, bro, I have so many friends. I'm 32 years old. I have so many friends of mine who are my age who don't know about the Infamous album, who don't know about
Are you talking about New York niggas or?
New York niggas. Niggas from New York, you can play them a Prodigy song right now, and they'd be like, "Yo, this is crazy. Who's this? I've done it. I don't know how many times." So it's like niggas grew up on Atlanta shit. Niggas grew up on because it was still TV at the time. So that's what all was going on. Young Jeezy, Ti, fucking all this shit you had going on, and then the newer kids came out. You got Thugs and the Rich Homie Quans and like all that shit. So it was influencing. And then, yo, to be honest with you, I'm a nigga. I deal with reality, so like I can't fault a kid for being like, I see this pro era shit or I see this real hip hop shit, but then I also see the get money, or the whole other side of the coin. So if that's what I can't. How am I really get upset for somebody being like, actually, nah, you know what? Nah, I don't want that.
Well, I know you said that you can only speak for yourself and you wasn't really bothered, but did you feel like as a collective at that time, do you feel like Pro was like kind of battling for New York's respect? Did you feel like
Mm-mm,
at all?
I don't think so because we didn't give a fuck.
Mm.
The nigga Joey was selling out shows everywhere. Like to us, it still felt like a big deal. I'm like I said, I'm only speaking for me. To me, it still felt like a big deal. Like niggas who was talking shit, like or whoever felt away, like I didn't care nothing. I was able to live on my own for the first time in my life. I was making the music I wanted to make. I didn't care if some nigga who used to wear Ed Hardy was like, "Oh, this ain't like fly to me." I don't give a fuck about that. So, but certain niggas, they want that validation, and I get why, but I'm not into that.
I respect it because I bring this up because like I'm in a similar place where like in my city,
Yeah,
not really a ton of respect, but I feel like on the internet there's people who like really like prop
right.
me up or whatever.
Niggas know you're that nigga online.
And I appreciate it. That's very flattering. But I do. There is always like an inkling inside where it's like, damn, it's like niggas in my own. I gotta go outside the city to get some
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
respect. That does suck. I feel like for me, because just like, damn,
yeah,
like I'm from here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Until you get that photo with until you get that still face photo with Jay-Z, you just gotta keep working, I guess.
it's an interesting thing.
That's what niggas gonna respect it. Act like they was jacking it the whole time.
That's I mean, really it'd be Boosie for Jacksonville. It'd be
Who you
like a
say,
nigga.
Boosie?
It'd
Oh,
be like a nigga like
he
Boosie for
is
down
he
here.
is straight up. Yeah, you never interviewed Boosie?
Never interviewed Boosie. Type of nigga charge about 10,000 for an interview, some shit. So
Oh,
Boosie
oh,
would
oh, yeah. I forgot. He's a DJ Vlad. I
yeah,
mean, whatever. You gotta get it how you live.
for sure. Which is another interesting thing. That's funny. I plan to talk about almost none of this, but I bring up Boosie. So I don't even know if we talked about this last interview, but I am very known. I give New York a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I do give New York a lot of flack. And one interesting thing that y'all do say is two things I want to bring about Boosie. One, New York niggas love to say Boosie name wrong. Everybody say Boozy. I don't know if you ever heard somebody say that before,
Is,
but
is, is it how do you say it?
like Boo see, like you see
Who?
something.
Oh, Boosie.
Boosie, but everybody say Boozy. Are you a Boozy nigga?
I think so. Probably. Damn, I didn't even know that.
Everybody says Boozy. That's so hilarious to me. But so, from my perspective, growing up in Jacksonville, he's from New Orleans, or he's from Louisiana, Baton
Right.
Rouge, and you would have no idea if you were from Jacksonville because niggas from Jacksonville, they damn near claim Boosie as theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like Boosie is like what Jay Z is up in New York. Like he is like
How
can't do
far
nothing
is
wrong.
how far are you apart?
So Florida in general, Florida's like it's like Louisiana Junior. Like I don't know,
Oh wait.
it's probably like 7 hours, but like all of that Hot Boys music, that is you would not have Florida rap or Florida like modern rap without that. Like niggas love Soulja Slim, niggas love the Hot Boys, niggas love Cash Money. Like that is like when Young Boy came out, niggas lost their mind. Like niggas love that sound of music in
Oh okay.
Florida.
Damn. I didn't
So
even know that.
so I say that because like I said, niggas, bro, when Boosie came out, bro, he was the hottest thing in Florida. Hotter than any Florida act. Plea is probably the closest thing of being a Florida act that could compete. So I wanted to know up there, how big was Boosie around like 2007, 8, 9?
Not really big at all.
Mm.
But I remember Boosie when I was a kid. He had that one song, "Wipe Me Down."
Yeah, yeah.
That was a hit. That was a big. They played that shit everywhere. But and then I never heard from bro again. At
You
least that's how it felt like. You know what I'm saying?
Boosie was like he claimed this. He claimed himself as like the Southern Tupac, and I hate when people say that they're the Tupac of anything because
I know, right?
it really never fits. I would say
Because you're not gonna shoot no policeman.
exactly. It's just literally nobody outside. Who's the last person? Chief Keef. I think Chief Keef shot a police officer, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
He did. Like that was one of his biggest claims to fame. Like, man, this nigga, he's so real. This nigga shot a police officer. I was like, oh, okay, shot a chief. So
Oh
when he was like
shit!
16, so nigga shot a cop. So
Holy shit!
Keith is a wild nigga, but Boosie was the only nigga where I was like, I can understand it just from the music perspective because he had a lot of street music, but he also has a lot of conscious music that people really resonated with, similar
He
to Tupac.
does. I need to tap in with this nigga shit.
Bro, if you listen to old Boosie, old Boosie is probably uh, I'm gonna say the hot take and move on because you're a New York nigga, so you might shoot me if I say this, but I'm gonna just say it. This is probably my
Yeah,
hottest hot take of all time.
yeah, let's get it.
Boosie debut album Badass is better than Reasonable Doubt. I've
Wow.
gotten death threats over that.
Bold claim. That's a bold claim.
And I'm not a hot take
Wow.
nigga, but I genuinely do believe that because that album has turnt music, party music, street music, conscious music, love music. It touches every realm of hip hop that you want. And he's rapping. So for anybody that want to listen to Badass, go seek that album out. Very, very
I
good
feel
album.
I feel like Reasonable Doubt attempts to do that in minor ways. No.
Can I be honest, bro? Reasonable Doubt is just a boring. It's a boring hip hop album to me.
It's a boring hip hop
It's
album.
so boring. Like nothing about that makes me wanna. Like there's so many albums from that era from New York that make me like perk up. That's not one of. It's just so boring to me.
I know what you mean. It's not my favorite Jay Z album.
Yeah.
You know, my, and I have my own things to say about Jay Z albums, even being a nigga from Brooklyn. But not maybe it's because I was a kid when it came out. I remember I was there, but I would say that Blueprint to me, Blueprint is like my favorite Jay Z album.
The first one,
Yeah, the first, yeah.
not the third
Or-
one. Like, nothing. The
Or
third one.
the second one either. But the second one has really good songs. I feel like the second one should have been a single CD,
Mm.
like one CD. But
See-
like, yeah, nah, because people, I always say that It Was Written is better than Reasonable Doubt.
It was written as really. I feel like that doesn't get talked about enough. Like that is like his like people talk
I
about it,
think
but
It
like
Was Written
it's,
is better than Illmatic.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad
I
at that.
think so.
I'm not mad at that.
The
It was,
level of rapping is higher. It feels less youngster. Like Illmatic feels a little like, albeit hood, but it's like still like kind of youngster.
yeah.
Um, Taking in Blood, shit like to me, Taking in Blood is probably like my favorite rap song.
One of my favorite underrated Nas songs is on I Am. It's called Undying Love. Super duper
Nick,
good song.
what?
Super
That's
duper good
my
song.
shit.
Super duper good
Yo,
song.
you my dog for saying that. Yo, you was crazy. Uh, Me and the nigga Knowledge used to listen to that. So, like, I remember having a conversation with him about that song. Like, yo, like, that's one of the ones right there. Telling my wife who I was dancing with like I was fucking.
It's like the peak of like storytelling music for me. You know what I'm saying? Like so
And
good.
I like he wasn't, the place that he put himself in that story. A lot of rap niggas is too cool or too like what? My bitch getting fucked by some nigga? Like, that would never happen to me, nigga. Like, it's like, what do you mean? It happened already. You just aren't aware.
Why do niggas say they could control that? It's like, bro, if your girl's going to cheat on you and you're not there, how are you going to stop that? You don't even know it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think about it like this. There's niggas who are in the NBA balling, whatever you think you are. Imagine what them niggas think they is and shit.
Exactly.
And they still looking other way. So to me, I don't think shit is even about that. But I mean, it's crazy too. Like, but anyway, none of that matters. Fucking Undying Love is
Yeah.
like an amazing song. I think that shit is like one of my best storyteller joints.
And it's funny because watch how I'm like journalist of the year right here. Watch this transition. Journalist of the year
Yeah,
stuff right here.
yeah, let's get it.
Speaking of love, a Forsaken's Lover's Plea is
Yeah,
a
oh, there you go. Shit is.
shout out to the transition.
Come on. Come on.
But no, seriously, that is a very interesting title. Just because when I hear that, I'm like, this is the most like Shakespearean ass title of all time. So
Oh, I know that.
I would love to know the backstory on why you named this a Forsaken's Lover's Plea.
The backstory is as cool as the name sounds, but to me, why I named it that was because it was kind of like a little joke to me. Like, so, like, you know how a lot of niggas have songs about like where they like personify hip hop as like a woman
Yeah,
or whatever. So like, I always, besides maybe that one comment shit, I
I was
always
about to
thought
say
that
I
was,
love you. I used to love her. I was just gonna say I
yeah, of
love that
course.
song. Love that song.
But we always thought that was kind of corny, right? Like oh, like it's some girl you trying to get with or
Yeah.
whatever. But if I'm talking about how I truly feel about like, you know, my position in music and rap and just all that kind of stuff, it felt like I feel like sometimes it's like a girl who like fucks with you, but like she won't put it on Front Street. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
she will pull up to your crib, you know, give you the extras, even make sure you all right. Like, but she's not about to parade you around town like her man, you know. So, um, so it was kind of like this album is like a last ditch effort to get this bitch to fuck with you in a serious way.
That's a good story. I like that. I feel like a lot of people just have. I feel like album titles don't really have a lot of backstories these days. Just kind of a
Nah.
title. You know what I'm saying? They can just
Yeah,
throw
it's
a
just like
word
a
out
name
there.
niggas thought of.
Exactly. So I appreciate the effort that you put into that title because it translates to the album. Because I feel like I can hear the effort in the album as well. So I feel like it's just a very not that I'm surprised, but
Right.
it's just I don't know. In the modern era of music, a lot
Right.
not of effort is put into things. I
Yeah.
feel like
You
sometimes.
know, the original name of this album was Volume 2. But then Dom Kennedy made an album called Volume 2. And not that there can't be two Volume 2s, but I was like, I just really thought about what you said. Like, you know what, that name title takes like no effort. But that's just what I guess that's just what I was calling it when I was working on it. But yeah, I came up. Once I made that song, "A Forsaken Lover's Plea," I knew that was the name of the album. That's really kind of like how the shit like. When I was making that song, I kind of came up with the whole concept.
And like I said, I can hear the effort put into the album. And I want to ask you this question before I tell you about It's not my favorite song, but it's one of my favorite songs on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, do you know how Big Crit plays into one of my favorite songs on here?
Big Crit.
Yeah, he's not on the album obviously, but he
I
plays a part.
I love Big Crit though.
Do you have any idea how he plays into a part of this album at all?
Nah, nah.
So, uh, what's the name of it? Grasp, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
I know that song.
produced by Obise.
Obi say, yep.
So I follow Obise, and I've been following him for a little minute. I just thought that nigga made art and clothes. I had no idea he made beats and raps.
Yeah, he's amazing at that shit.
Boy, is he? That's my first time hearing him. He's great.
Obi say is my favorite rapper right now.
I need to tap in. I thought he legitimately because he made some merch for Uncle John,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Uncle John and Navy Blue album, and I was like, oh, that's
Yep,
hard. I'm gonna follow him. That's the
yep.
only thing I've ever seen. Like I've seen clothes and art. I did not know he rapped and made beats. He's really good.
He's so good, bro. Obi is like good at. Like, he's one of those people who are like good at a lot of shit, like effortlessly too. Like it's not like he like. I mean, nah, I ain't gonna shit on my nigga like that. He puts in hella work, but like, you know what I mean? Like, but I've seen it, bro. Like, I used to go to his crib. He'll be sitting there like painting, like literally like painting some shit on the wall. I'll be kicking it, and then me. Sometimes I kind of get like impatient and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's just like when I came to do something, I'm like, man, I want to rap, bro. Like, what? He's like, oh, and he doesn't really get excited. He's like a really like super super laid back guy, and he's like, oh, for sure. Go upstairs, like just got some beats. Yeah, I made these. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I used to make music with him every single day, and he's just, I respect him a lot because he doesn't care about the industry. He's not like on some like, yo, I need to get a deal, or yo, I need to do this or do that to get on. He doesn't even care about getting on. I think, which like I can respect because I think people care a little too much about that. Like but I see it though because I get it. Like trust me, niggas got bills and niggas got everybody has to get on. So I get it too.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, you saying he don't even care about getting on. I didn't even know the nigga rapped. I just thought nigga was like an art
That's what I'm trying
student.
to say.
You know
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm trying to
saying?
say. Like you
So
don't even care. You don't like you know how some niggas would be like, what? You didn't know me? Like I've been out here. Like he would be like, oh well, yeah. Like, that wouldn't bother him at all. Like
I need to listen to some more of his music. But if it's anything like that was on Grasp, I need that nigga to promote his music more because that nigga is great.
I know. So his thing, he's on my last EP too. He's on like 2 songs on there.
Is he?
On the Boys and Girls EP.
I think I know, but I think the name just didn't click. I'm like, is that
Sure.
the same nigga? So it just
Yeah.
clicked. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on there, and but I don't think he has like a new project. He doesn't have like a project he has like some shit that's online from like 5 or 6 years. Bro has bad music that is just not out, bro. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I
I
believe it.
need like somebody to like. I need like, bro. I've tried to have so many interventions with this man. Like, bro, we could put this out, and yes, people need to hear this, and also we could make money. You know what I mean? Like, it's like nah. It's like yeah, bro, but word.
No, salute to Brett, and this goes back to my big crate story. Uh, Rewind to fifth grade me, going on live mixtapes every day, and they
Mm-hmm.
kept promoting this big crit mixtape. It was Crit was here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
who is this? Why do they keep promoting this? So I click on it and I just scroll down to a random song. I was like, let me just see what this is. And the first thing that comes on is something got a hold on me. And that's always been one of my favorite samples ever. And
Oh
I haven't heard
wow.
anybody sample that since. So fast forward to him sampling that, I'm like, that's the same shit as the crit sample. So that hyped me up right
Wow.
there. So that it's almost like nostalgia, like when I hear
Oh
that sample.
wow.
So
Oh wow.
and boy, he was rapping his ass off. You was rapping your ass off like that. Great song.
Oh nah. A nigga like Obi, I keep him around so I can stay nice. Because like I tend to like sometimes I get hype on myself and shit. Like he be reminding me I still have to like stay at it
Yeah.
because he's so nice. Like so,
The crazy thing about this tape is that I you know, you'll hear an album with features and you could tell like a nigga phoned a feature in. Nobody
Yeah.
did that. Nobody did that
Oh,
because
nah, not at all. Everybody who's on the album was there. Like I was next to him.
boy, that nigga, probably my favorite song, Polish Jazz. So
Oh yeah.
I DM'd Animals and I was like, bro, I was like, bro, I remember it's like this episode of Proud Family where
Yeah.
Sugar Mama was like cooking some like cookies or something, and they was like, man, it's so good, you must put your foot in it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
sarcastically. She really was putting her foot in it. I said,
Yeah.
boy, you put your foot in this beat on your in your
That
Sugar
beat is
Mama bag.
wild.
Oh my gosh! And the way you came in, first of all, I don't want to forget to say this. You had a you had the Taco Bell Pizza Hut
Yes.
combination bar or
Yeah.
whatever. Have you
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
the commercial referencing that?
I did. I did. I was pissed about that.
So apparently, Dodge Races they help write that commercial, so they are
Oh, okay.
getting
I'm happy then. I was
yes,
like, I hope the whole. Oh, okay, 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 okay. All right, all right,
so they are getting money from that. But when I heard that, I
all
was
right.
like,
Okay,
that's
okay,
cool.
perfect,
Yes,
perfect,
so they are
perfect,
getting money
perfect,
from
perfect.
that. But that song,
Okay, so there is a guy.
exactly. That beat crazy, your verse crazy, Joey went crazy. He
Yeah,
literally
he
says
did.
in the song what he says. He says, Chuck Brain got the killer in me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
both. So you say you keep Obi around and keep your pen sharp. Hey man, it's like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got him keeping his pen sharp. You feel me? So love that
So
song,
nigga.
man. Such a good
Hey,
song.
hey, you know, I say some real shit. I don't even think I told Joey this. So there was a point in time where, like, I would say probably like 4 years ago was when I really started deciding, like, I'm gonna take this rap shit very seriously. Like, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna, focus on my shit. So then, I would say probably like around Too Afraid to Dance. That's why I started thinking I was nice. So it was like, oh, I'm nice now and all this shit. So I wanted to do more songs with you because Joey just used to wash me up back in the days. I felt like anyway. So I'm like, yo, let's get it now. Like, let's get it now type shit. Like, right? And like, my energy is like here. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Like. And we did joints. We got joints. And it's like, I still couldn't. I don't feel like, oh shit, I got the best of a nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro. It's funny. Like, I'm thinking like, I'm getting ready to come here and wash you up. And then it's like, nah, bro, it's nice. Like, bro, it's very, 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 very.
No, for sure. Now that nigga, he was in his dickhead bag on that because that nigga like he went his that nigga write his ass off on that song, but he was
For sure.
rapping
For
on that.
sure. I
And
was like, oh
but
shit.
you did too. You did too. So that's not getting mistaken.
No, I appreciate you for saying that. But to me, what I'm really proud of on that song is like how my verse is probably like really short. I think I only spit like a 12 on there or some shit like that. But to me, it was so potent that it was like that was all I had. That was it. And I felt like I did my thing in that little section. And yeah,
And I feel
I
like
love that song.
it's such a great song, and I think it's so cool to even hear Brett still rapping because I got like a theory that that nigga finna be like a huge movie star because that nigga is a really good actor. So to
He
see
is a really good actor, right? How funny, how great, how dope is that?
he was in my favorite show of all time, Mr. Robot, and that's when I learned that I was like, oh, this nigga's an actor for real, and
But he like went to school for that.
that's what I learned out after that. He went to like art school or whatever and was
Yeah,
acting and
yeah, yeah.
shit. So I did see that. But I think that's so cool because kind of going back to people not putting effort in their music, it's crazy to see a nigga who could possibly just be a really good and big actor
Yeah.
still caring about hip hop. And that's what I love to
Yeah.
see when niggas care about hip hop because
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like people are complaining about hip hop declining because it's like niggas don't really care for real. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas just trying to
that's a fact.
niggas is like, oh, people are doing these lazy sample trends. Let me hop on. Let me do the same thing. Like niggas trying to do the same thing. They see what trends popping off. Let me hop on and just get some quick hit, get a quick money grab. But it's
Sure,
like, do
yeah.
you actually care about the craft? And I can tell somebody like you, somebody like Joey, somebody, you know what I'm saying? I can tell y'all care,
Yeah.
and that's what you feel me. Shit, if Ob say really, if he cared, that nigga might be goddamn top 5 rap in the world right now. You feel me?
But the
So,
thing is, he almost cared too much, where it could come off like he don't care.
mm,
He cares more than any of us. That's
crazy,
the thing.
crazy.
He cares more than any of us. Any of us, I don't care enough. I look at him and think I don't care enough sometimes.
Mm,
Because sometimes I'll be like, they say, how much? All right. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he be reminding me like, nigga, what? Like, well, what they talking about? What's going on here? And, so I think he cares too much.
I like I said, and I love to hear that when an artist, a producer, a rapper, whoever cares about hip hop because it's like, bro, this is really our genre, bro. It's our black, you know what I'm saying, bro. We create this, like, bro. We need to, you feel me, bro? Protect this genre.
I be thinking that that shit is like kind of like a form of like self hate for real.
Mm.
I also on a deeper level. Sometimes when I really sit and analyze it, like I'm like, bro, why do people be like it's not cool to like it's like not cool to like that? And I'm like, bro, like in no history or like whatever, not to get all like that, but like I'm like, bro, these is like your ancestors. Like people be like, I mean, because I listen to a lot of shit, so you know, you might be like listening to like Public Enemy or something like that, and like I get it that that shit just sounds completely different, but I'm like, bro, there's things that you can grab from that, not like literally grab, but I'm saying like just like the way that these people were like experiencing their realities, and you go back and do the knowledge on their realities, and it's like, wow, you can hear it in the music,
Yeah.
you know. And I think that you can hear the reality of now in the music too, but not like that. You can hear what reality did to the music more so than
Mm.
what the music is saying about reality. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is, it's not a lot of reality in rap right now, and
No, not at all.
one of my favorite things that rappers say is when the nigga spit a verse it really meant to him. He'd be like, "Man, it's the realest shit I ever wrote."
Yeah,
It's not a lot of this the realest shit I ever wrote going on right now. That don't even got to be about no
I
street shit or whatever. It could just be about some life. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, and that's what I love. That's why two of my favorite rappers is like Tupac, like we said, and Kanye West. Like these people are talk about nigga. I know you think I'm this about, but wait till I get my money right, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the humanity in niggas. Like niggas think like, okay, you get a deal, you never gonna go broke again. Like, that's not true, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly. See,
Like, oh, I'm never gonna like. It's like, nah, nigga. Like, just simple life shit can happen, and you might, you never know what can happen, and but people present this like movie, like shiny reality version of themselves, and I feel like they never did that.
one of my favorite bars of all time is a Trick Daddy bar, and it's so
Oh, okay,
simple,
yeah,
but it's just so real. Trick Daddy said, I wanted to buy a Benz, but I was 50 grand short," and it's
yeah,
like, who's
yeah,
saying shit like that?
yeah. I was 50 grand short.
Niggas saying, nigga, I want to buy a Benz and I had too much money to buy the Benz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Niggas would just tell you they bought the Benz with no Benz, bro, and tell you they manifesting the Benz. And I get that logic too, but like, I don't know. I can't like, I don't know. Before I had a Rolex, I couldn't rap about having a Rolex.
hey, you got a real ass bar on here. I think it was on. I want to say it was on Skid Up.
Yeah,
Great beat by, is that Alchemist if I'm not mistaken?
yeah, Alchemist. Yeah,
Crazy beat. You said my first Gucci belt was my first car.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's one of them
yeah.
type bars right there.
And I feel like that bar was for New York niggas because we didn't get cars or nothing like that. Like there was
Mm.
no like when I was 16, I could look forward to my freedom. That was your freedom. Okay, you got the Gucci belt. Now you gonna go out. Now you can style. Now you can. That was your freedom. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so. And it was like deemed expensive. It was deemed, like everybody couldn't just go to the store and buy one, just like a car in New York. So to me, that's how it felt. Like when I was seeing, because bro, you gotta think, growing up, going to high school in New York, there's niggas going to high school in like Louis Vuitton shoes and like
Mm.
Pradas and fucking like dressing like rappers. Even then, then,
Yeah.
like flyer than even rappers I ever see. Like like niggas was pulling up thinking it's like a fashion show or some shit, and then you thinking like, all right, well, you know, your little Nikes or whatever, you had to really be on some shit. So that was the freedom to us, like.
You know it's
Because the car was unfathomable. Like,
yeah.
niggas who had cars, he was like, whoa.
This nigga's a billionaire.
Niggas a million. Literally.
You know what's cool about that, even learning more, is that you said that was really for New York niggas. So it's like a very personalized very specific type of bar. I feel like now niggas say bars that ain't even really personal to them. It's just like that. Oh, this is what everybody else saying, so I gotta say. Everybody rapping about
Yeah.
everybody getting a Bentayga truck. I'm rapping about getting a Bentley Bentayga truck. Nigga don't even know what the fuck the Bentley Bentayga truck look like. He just heard niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's
You
not
just heard that's what niggas want.
exactly.
And to me, my thing is I like personal shit better than I like, oh, a nigga's so nice. You know what I mean? Oh, this metaphor with that. Oh, you didn't catch when he said this. Nah, nigga, fuck all that. Like, that's not that impressive to me. Like, rapping for the sake of being clever, like, I'm not into that. That doesn't help me with my life. Or, like,
Yeah, you know it's crazy. You say it's a nigga that probably heard or probably I forgot. I'm not even out yet. It's a nigga that's
yeah.
gonna hear.
I don't care, though. We can talk about whatever.
No, I'm saying it's a nigga that heard it. Ain't any nigga that heard it yet. But a nigga is that's gonna hear that Gucci bar and be like, dang, like, well, that's real shit. Like, nigga, I remember I
Yeah.
got my from New York. It's gonna be a New York nigga that heard that. Cause,
Yes.
for example, it's a Florida rapper who I love, nigga named Golden Boy Count Up, a young Florida nigga who rap, and he's good for having bars like that. He had a bar on one of his last projects. So there's a place in Florida and kind of Georgia, but mostly a Florida store called Publix. It's like a grocery
Oh,
store,
right.
and that's where, bro, if you a Florida nigga and your birthday done came around, your people done definitely went to Publix to get you a cake. That's where
Right.
everybody get cakes from, Publix. And that nigga had a bar. Forget what he rhymed it with. He was like something. I think he said like, Mama ain't have a lot of money. She was on WIC. When my birthday came around, I told her to give me a Publix cake and a new fit. And bro, I damn near threw my bonnet. I heard. I say, boy, that nigga talking to me. You feel me?
Right. Yikes. Like, rappers forget about, like, how the listener feels when you, it's like, wow, and Nick, so I'm not the only nigga having this experience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But it's
And that's why I say listening to this, that's why I'm like, oh, it's a lot of effort. Even with the production from other people and you. My favorite beat from you on here gotta be that feelings that
oh, yeah.
that's it. That's so hard. I love that sample
Yeah.
right there. That's so hard right
Shout
there.
to my man Versus. You know how, that's a funny way that song came about. My man's was like playing the sample on his Instagram and shit. And he's like playing the record, like literally like videotaping the record playing,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, "Yo, what sample is that? What is that?" Right? He like wasn't answering me and shit, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you, I videotaped I like screen recorded that shit and slowed it down, like slowed the video down, and then I saw it, like I was like, "Oh, boom, caught his ass." Went and found that shit, and I think I sent him a clip. I either sent him the song or a clip of the beat, something like that. He was like, "Damn!" I'm like, "Yeah, nigga." I had I needed that one. He was bugging.
Hard beat. You went crazy with that beat. I love that beat.
Good looks. That's one of my favorite beats I made too. Actually, I can't lie though. "Count on My Love" is probably one of my favorite beats.
Mm.
And it's funny because that beat is more technical. Feelings, like that's chops. Like I had to sit
Yeah.
there and like kind of get it together. And "Count on My Love," that's like a 2-second beat. Like, oh, okay, this is fire. I'm just gonna loop this fire. Like, you know what I mean? But to me, it was still like the emotions of the song, and like I felt like the rapping on there was kind of better.
No, like I said, from the beat was crazy. Your rapping, I feel like your rapping was very potent on that song. Like you sounded really well, like on a technical level on that song.
Yeah.
So that was super fire.
Yo, thank you, bro.
Of course.
That was Feelings was really one of them ones though. I remember like I went to the studio to make that song.
Is that not often that you do that?
Nah.
Mm.
Like I don't like not a lot of times do I'm like I know I'm gonna use this sample and I'm gonna make a song to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to sit around and kind of find the sample or like sometimes a lot of times I'll look through all that shit before and like I have like maybe 6 or 7 samples that I know I'm like I'm gonna make beats with these and then see how it goes, right? But that one I knew like for certain, like I was like, oh hell no, I'm gonna go crazy on this one.
Speaking of samples, I want to say we talked about this last time, and I don't even remember if you had an episode. But did you
Yeah.
do rhythm roulette?
Yes,
Got you. I got.
that shit's
If you did,
trash.
it was trash.
That
Why?
shit is garbage.
Why? What?
Cause I was hungover. I was
Oh, okay.
hungover as
I
shit.
thought you were saying the idea of rhythm roulette was garbage. You saying
No, 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 no. I'm saying
okay,
my shit
okay,
was
okay,
trash.
okay, okay,
My,
okay,
my,
okay,
my
okay, okay.
joint was trash.
I don't. I gotta go back and watch it because you saying that. I'm pretty sure I watched it before the first interview. I forgot if you did it or not. But you didn't like yours.
You know, I just thought my beat was whack because I was like mad hungover and like,
I gotta run it
bro, I
back.
showed up mad late. Like, I forgot I had to do that shit, and I was fucking just went out till like 5 a.m. the night before because I already living out here, but like, you know, I flew to New York to
Yeah.
do press and all this sort of shit, and then so I forgot that I had to do that shit, and I was with Joey and these niggas like. So we turned up. I ain't seen my niggas in a minute. We just was going crazy.
Yeah.
We was in some billiards till like 5 in the morning and shit. And then it was crazy because the nigga Bradley, the publicist, was like, I was like in the bar. I think I had like a sombrero on with like a Spanish nigga like flicking it up on the ground. He like, nigga, I seen you was at the bar at like 5 a.m. Bro. I get up. I'm like, oh shit. He like, bro, don't even shower, bro. Just put your clothes on.
That's crazy.
Nah, he ain't say don't shower. I definitely showered, even if he did. I don't care if he didn't say that, but I showered. But it was still sucked. My head was like literally hurting me, like as I was doing.
That is hilarious. I feel like you told me this too in the last night. I got to go back and watch it. I just
Because I was
forgot
like,
about
I
it.
said it on the shit too. I was like, I'm Chuck Strangers and I'm hungover as fuck. And then at the end, I was like, yo, Nas, you owe me, nigga.
That is. I do. Okay, now you saying that, I do remember that. I do actually
I said,
remember
yo,
that.
Nas, you owe me, nigga.
I do remember that, and it's funny because speaking of like samples and stuff, you got my goat on here, man. You know what I'm
Which
saying,
one?
man? Alan the Chemist, man. You feel me,
Oh yeah,
man?
he is the goat. He is the
You
goat.
got
He
my
got
goat on
twice
here,
on there.
man. Yes, you got him. What Skeet Up and
Sermonette.
Sermonette? Yes, you got him on Skeet Up and Sermonette. Um, he's so good, and I feel like he does a good job at bringing the best out of people, in my opinion. Because like some of my favorite songs by people who have songs with him, I'm like, damn, it's an Alchemist song. You know what I'm saying? It's an Alchemist
That's a
beat.
fact.
So, and I feel like he did a good job doing that here, of like bringing, because the hook, my favorite hook on here is Skied Up, and I love that hook.
Yeah.
I love the way you sound on here, and that's Alchemist. So yeah, you did a really good job on his beats, for sure, for sure.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you. Like, uh, you know, he's literally like he is who they say he is. So it's like it'd be like a test to me too sometimes where I'd be like, yo, let me try and do my best. And like Skeet Up, I think that was a because we hit a song called Fresh for Consumers Park where and I felt like that song was mad youngster.
Mm.
Like it was hella youngster. Like I was like 21 when we made that shit. You know what I mean? It was mad youngster. So when we did Skeet Up, I definitely wanted to have like a grown vibe.
That's like 10 years later, right?
Yeah,
Crazy. You've been in this for
yeah.
a decade plus. That's pretty crazy,
I know, son. That's insane. So I'm still not Jay Z. So
man.
how does that work? No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
To me, I'm hot, yo. To me, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of sidestar music right now because I'm seeing progress slowly but surely. I started this shit out to me, I really, because you say it's 10 years, but to me, it really, as a rapper or like an artist and
Yeah.
taking my shit very seriously, to me, I look at it as I started like 4 years ago.
Mm.
Because even when we was doing 1999 and all that kind of shit, I wasn't taking it as serious as I could have been as I think about it in hindsight. You know what I mean? When I decided like I'm gonna really apply myself to this shit, to me I started seeing the progress that I wanted to see, and I am seeing it now. Like and I was like, wow. So I was like getting by off like knowing how to do shit, but not like applying myself, like pushing yourself to be to do the best shit you could do.
You know, the first time I ever think I heard of you,
Was from the
it's
Tombs?
when?
From the Tombs?
No, no, no.
Oh,
This is funny. I'm gonna say this and you're gonna be like, yeah, that was not me. think this was you. So on Summer's Night, are you the one kind of like, oh, not narrating it, but like it's like somebody talking and kind of like saying like jokes throughout that album. Like bitches is wearing
Oh
some
yeah,
type
that
of.
is me.
That's the first time I heard of you, and I was like,
That is me. Yeah, that's me
and I was,
talking and shit.
it's funny. So that's the first time I ever heard of you. My first thought was because I seen you had production with him on there. I'm like, now
Yeah.
is this nigga could produce? I'm like, this nigga funny. That was
Yeah.
like I appreciate comedy and funny stuff. So me hearing that, I'm like, oh, this a funny ass nigga. So that was my first really thought of you, even before like production. Even though I was like, oh, these beats are good, but I'm like, this nigga funny. I'm like, this
Yeah,
nigga
yeah,
funny as
yeah,
hell.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's funny as hell. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You were like, I did not think you were gonna say that. That's funny as hell.
Is that the first
Yeah,
time you heard that? That somebody referenced like that's their first time hearing you?
yeah. I've never. I don't think anyone's ever even. I don't even think people. A lot of people know that's even me.
Because I don't think they say, "Hey, this is Chuck. This is
This
Chuck
is Chuck
Stranger."
Strangers. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So
no.
that I think I just picked up on your voice and just
Yeah,
I don't know. I
and I
put two
think
and
I
two
was
together.
kind of putting on a voice too, even in that. Like, so it's like if you're not thinking like, oh, that's Chuck, you might not know.
No, that was my first thought. And shit, I love music, but if a nigga's funny, even more of a fan. Like
Me too.
I
Me too.
love
Me
funny
too.
like Schoolboy Q. Like I became more of a fan
Funny nigga.
following him, being like, "Oh, this nigga is
It's
hilarious."
funny, nigga.
You know
He's
what
a
I'm
funny
saying?
nigga.
So yeah, or a nigga like a Vince Staples. You know what I'm saying? Like them type of
Oh,
niggas
right,
or
right,
whatever.
right,
You
right,
know,
right,
so
right, right.
like who also, by the way, I don't know if you know, he's finna come out with a show
I know. I saw that. I can't wait to see it.
coming out this month sometime. But yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
so
I
shout out
love
to
to see
you.
rap niggas. I love to see niggas who can rap good do things like that. That's fine.
Okay, so speaking of, would you ever want to do anything like that? Like, not even let's say have your own show. But would you like to star in a show like comedically and
Oh,
have
of
like comedic
course.
role? Would that be
Yeah,
something you want
yeah,
to do?
yeah. I would love to. I really like, kind of like, I follow comedy heavily. So like I know about like a lot of comedians. I look about a lot of shit. And not that I would ever see myself being like, or not that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go be a comedian. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would ever go do that because I think that that's a whole art in and of itself. But I would like to be like a comedic actor. I think that would be fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think that always looked like fun to me. Like, I respect niggas who are comedians. I respect these niggas online who are making skits that are funny as fuck. Like, to me, I think people don't really think about what all goes into that kind of shit.
But this nigga Drewski is like on commercials now. Like it's
That's
crazy.
what I'm trying to say.
This nigga's doing
And
video game commercials. He's doing
he's a
Yakuza
funny,
commercials.
and he's a funny nigga.
So
He's
funny,
a funny nigga.
so funny, and it's like I also think a lot of comedy could be regional because it could be a nigga from up north that nobody from the south finds funny, or a nigga from the south that nobody up north sound funny. He's
That's a
one of
fact.
them niggas that everybody, not even just region wise, white people, black
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
old people, young people. Like I just show some of my mama his skit. She like everybody. So
He's a funny nigga.
I do agree. I would love to see you in a show. I'm an ignorant nigga. You don't put me up to it now. Would definitely write a scene where you and Faison Love are doing a Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. That would be
That
something
would be hard.
that would be hard.
That would be hard.
I would love, but
One of the it's crazy. Killer Mike won a Grammy because I used to always say as a joke. Oh, I'm like, yo, one day me, him, and Rick Ross gonna get on some shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
that is hilarious. I need to see.
I got work to do.
I need to see you on a show now, bro. That's
I would love to be on a show, but you know what? Also too, with shit like I feel like niggas gotta like a lot of niggas. You gotta pseudo play yourself, kind of like on to be on the show. If you don't like fit a particular typecast, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like, oh, like I'm down to be on the show, but like I'm not be like, oh, like you just come on the show and we just make fun of you and shit like that, or like,
yeah, just like it always sucks to be that one nigga who just like the punchline of everything because then
Yeah.
they become like typecasted where like every other
Sure.
director's like, hey, you nigga to be getting punched on in the movies. Hey, let's bring this
I'm not
nigga
trying
in.
to be cold for Martin on the joint. You know what
It's
I mean?
funny because that sucks because like if I ever met Cole, I would probably think, what a nigga dumb as hell. Just because that's in my brain now. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
because it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up what that shit does to you. Meanwhile, this man is probably some whole intelligent man. He worked hard his whole life. He on TV and shit now.
Bro, it's so many people that probably like damn, what's the what's the one dark skinned nigga? Colt. Is it? I forget his name. Is it? He be like in a lot of black movies, and I seen somebody come up to him. And it was like, "Hey, you was in that Tyler Perry movie having sex with your daughter, right?" And he was like, "Pick a different movie, nigga." He got so mad. Oh no, I gotta find this nigga real quick before we get off of this. Oh my gosh, man. Oh
Yo,
man.
that's hilarious. But also, you did that though.
Exactly. So I mean, you know.
But you also did that though in a movie, nigga. So like, that's the thing. How you gonna be mad at someone for being like? That would be like if a nigga came up to me and was like, "Yo, you was the nigga, yo, you was the nigga from New York who did music, right? Shut up, nigga. I'm a comedian now. I'm a fucking comedian now, nigga." Like, what? No, nigga, that's how I know you. You did that really wild thing.
That is hilarious. I cannot find this nigga, but yeah, that is always a terrible thing. But hey, you know, it's the best thing is that niggas are going to come up to you and be like, "Aren't you the guy who made that really great album in 2024? Like, I really love you." You know what I'm saying? So, you feel
Nah,
me?
I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm just kidding. That would be, yo, you know what's funny that you say that? Back in the days, that shit didn't used to mean nothing to me. When people would say stuff like that to me, I would be like, "Oh, okay, thanks." Now, I really work so hard on the shit that when someone says that to me, it genuinely, although like I don't try to like take it and I'm like, "Oh, I am as good as you know." It still does feel mad good to hear somebody be like, "Bro, I be listening to this shit." Like to me that was all I wanted, like as a kid, right? Like
Yeah.
to make some music and it's actually a part of somebody's life. You know, like it's like, oh shit, like yeah, when I be going to work in the morning, I remember somebody told me some shit about regular season or something, and I was like, damn, that's crazy, because nigga, that's how I felt making the shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, like I said, I love the album, and I'll be remiss if I
thank you,
didn't
man.
tie this together. It was this nigga I was talking about, nigga who played Pinky and
Oh,
Friday.
oh, oh my god, Pinky,
Bruh, nigga finna beat his ass when he said that to him, bro.
he's scary too.
Yeah, that's not a nigga I want to play with. That's not a nigga I want to
He
play with,
also
bro.
has mad roles too. I kind of feel him also now. Like I didn't know it was that nigga. Actually,
It was that nigga. It
my
was that
stance has
nigga.
changed. If you had went up to him like, "Nigga, Pinky, what up, nigga?" He probably would have been like, "All right now," or whatever the fuck.
That is hilarious.
This nigga said, "Aren't you the one nigga who molested his own daughter in the movie?" Like, nigga, I've never even seen that movie. Like, this nigga's done so much shit, nigga.
Oh
Like,
shit, that's so funny, man.
I thought it was a different nigga. Pardon,
Nah,
son. Like,
it was him. It was him. It was him.
I totally get I totally can understand
For
his
sure, for
frustration
sure, for
now.
sure. Before we get out of here, you did bring up something that I do want to touch on. I thought was interesting. You said that you do like comedy.
Yeah.
Is there any comedians that you know, that like who are your faves right now that you like?
Oh, who are like comedians right now? Like new comedians?
Not even new, just in general, just people that you go to, you can get a good laugh from.
I listen to a lot of old comedy, so like, I don't really like this thing. Like, I don't know who all is now, but like, I do listen to like uh, I don't know. They're all old. Like
That's what I'm
I'm like
saying.
10.
Even old niggas, like who you?
Oh, even old niggas.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay, good. Bro, I can't front. Paul Mooney is my goat, bro. Paul Mooney is my goat, bro. Like he, he's the illest to me. I like Paul Mooney because he like, I like that he has all this shit to say about white people. He just has shit to say about everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I like how he keeps it real about niggas and shit. Obviously Dave Chappelle, but Dave Chappelle to me, I mean, I like his stand up. To me, it's Chappelle show.
Mm.
Chappelle show was like in my formative years, like that was like, oh shit, because I was fortunate to see season 2 on TV when it happened.
Yeah.
I was like in the 6th grade or some shit, and I remember just how crazy that shit
Yeah.
was. Like the whole like everything. Like so, he's the go for that. I fuck with like a lot of George Carlin. He used to go to just like, but then also fuck with like Patrice O'Neal and like fucking trying to think who else. A bunch of niggas, you know. I like to sit in the crib and just kind of like watch comedy. Or I like, to be honest, I like to listen to a lot of comedy albums.
Mm.
I like to throw on a comedy album and shit. Chris Rock got old classic like shits that I just throw on and like listen to. Like on, because they have them on Spotify. You can
Yeah.
just go boom,
Listen to him.
throw that shit on,
Exactly.
and just kind of bug out.
What's it, man? I don't want to keep you for too long. I appreciate you stopping by. If you got anything else you want to say to the people out there, man, let it be known.
Yo, the album comes out March 15th. A Forsaken Lovers Plea. We got the next Feelings is the next single.
Really?
Yeah, Feelings is the next single. We shot a video to it the past weekend. The video is gonna be sick.
Okay.
It's quite a it's quite. I've never done videos like this. Like even Skied Up video was super different for me. This video was different as well, but
Okay.
you know I don't want to give it out, but yeah, it'll be a good one for sure. So yeah, March 15th, shit, and just keep you know keep on keeping on, I guess.
Hey, I agree. Keep on keeping on, everybody watching.
Keep on keeping on. You can't stop.
Do not stop, won't stop. For everybody watching, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play, and you guys holler at your boy.